right.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, for
Bonus
little
episode.
bonus.
We're really excited.
We are hyped because we're staring at piles of the books we just bought.
From day 1 of Portland, tomorrow's day 2. We are going to three
Yeah.
bookstores tomorrow.
Today we went to Powell's, two of
Yes.
their locations.
Yes.
And what was that other little indie called? Belmont?
Yes, we went to Belmont.
Belmont bookstore. And Target. We did go to Target. We bought I bought a couple books. You bought one from
I bought
Target.
one from
Yeah.
Target, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how we want to do this. If we want to say a little something about
this is our first book haul.
Yeah.
Definitely not our last, but
I figured we'll just go back and forth of what we got, why we wanted it, maybe a little bit about it if we know, or why we wanted it mainly.
Yeah. And then I think maybe we can end it with maybe one or two books that we're excited to read, maybe the most, or I don't know.
Okay.
What about you?
For me?
Well, I guess I can add, but I got, for those that don't know, I am a huge Peanuts lover, and not the food, but the comics.
Not the food.
So at Belmont bookstore, I got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. They're, I guess, revised editions of old comic books. So I got 5 of those. I've never seen them in the new versions. I've only seen them in the old, and I have, I think, about 6 or 7 of the old ones. And so pretty excited to find these. My Peanuts Charlie Brown Snoopy collection is
intense.
a lot.
It's a lot.
Someday I'll be able to display everything correctly, but until then, it's all hunkered away in lots of different boxes. But
it's spread out.
That's all that I got at Belmont.
I will mention we have the heater going because it's quite chilly in this room now. So
I'm
if
always
you hear
cold, too.
a background sound, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I can do from Belmont. So first thing I got was based on Ashley's recommendation because she has this and I'm excited to read it. It's The House on Vesper Sands by Herrick.
I don't know.
Herrick O'Donnell. You are the only one I've heard this from.
Yeah, so I think that I found that book on Book Talk. Do I remember who it was? No. But it's basically about a seamstress lives in this Victorian house. It's late 1800s, that's the setting. And she jumps from the window. And it's just this big thing of why does she jump? What secrets is she hiding? Things like that. It's basically like a murder mystery. You've got a detective in there. I liked the old-timey 1800s feel of it. I love the front of the book as well.
It's very pretty.
So I haven't heard too much about it. I'm hoping that it'll be very good.
Maybe we can do it for the podcast even.
That's true. We could always, that could be a good I could see that being a September or October book.
Ooh, yeah.
It kind of gives me that fall vibes. There's a moth and stuff on there, so it kind of gives me fall vibes.
Well, I'm very
I haven't heard too much about it. So
the publisher is Tin House from Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
well, that's fun.
Okay, didn't know that. Look at us.
Okay. All right, and the second thing I got was a graphic novel called Paper Girls. I got volume 1. I heard. Where did I hear this from? Don't recall. But it sounded very interesting. I can read a little synopsis. In the early hours of Halloween on 1988, 4 12-year-old newspaper delivery girls uncover the most important story of all time. Suburban drama and supernatural mysteries collide in this smash hit series about nostalgia, first jobs, and the last day of childhood. It's a short little graphic novel that I heard was good. So, and there's not that many volumes from what I understand. So it shouldn't.
Belmont Bookstore was very nice in the sense of it wasn't
Okay.
overwhelming, and they had a lot of good books.
Yeah, he had new and used.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just read his.
He even had the brand new Grady Hendrix book.
Yes, he had How to Sell a Haunted House.
Yeah.
So it's in Portland, Oregon, on Belmont Street. Open daily. Sells new, used, and out of print books bought and sold. So if you're around that area, I suggest taking a look. It's small, so it's not like
it's not overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, if you don't read too much, or you're not like really into reading like we are, I think that'd be a good start.
Yeah, it was a pretty good selection, a wide selection, I will say.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Should we just do our Target books next? Since
we'll just do Target.
I mean, I guess you don't need. I guess you can talk about it because we each got the final Good Girl's Guide to Murder book, As Good as Dead, by Holly Jackson. It's been out for a while, but just recently out in paperback, which is what we have the rest of the series in, and you have to wait almost like a year.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous. I tell you, that is such a pet peeve of mine.
I tell you.
That's such a pet peeve of mine.
I should have brought my Truly over here.
Oh, yeah, we should have. Yeah.
It's a YA series. And I'm very excited to start it. I don't really want to read the synopsis, considering this is the third in a series, so it might not even really make sense.
Yeah, especially since it's about the last investigation, and there's a whole thing. So
a whole thing.
I know this series has been out for a while.
A while now, yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing, is waiting until it comes out. Like there'll be books that'll come out, and I want to read them.
I know,
but they're hardcover, and I have the rest of the series in paperback.
Plus, hardcovers are like $30 nowadays.
It makes no sense.
I can't be spending that
honestly don't understand.
I know. The other book I bought from Target is Back in a Spell by Lana Harper. It's the second book in which is a Thistle Grow series. The first book is Payback's a Witch, which I thought I owned, but I didn't. So I had to buy the first one from Powell's, but that is the one I bought from Target. So we can move on to the Powell's books. I separated. Oh, you only bought one from the second Powell's.
Yes.
Huh? We went to the Powell's on Hawthorne after the Powell's on Burnside. And the only one that Ashley bought, and I bought too.
Yes, was The Final Offer by Lauren Asher that just came out on the 31st of January. It's brand new.
Brand spanking new.
So
unless it came out in paperback.
Yes, this is the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher.
The first final two. One. I think it's the final one.
It is.
Yeah.
Hence, Final Offer.
Oh. Well.
So the first one is the fine print and then terms and conditions. So each book is based off of a brother.
Yeah.
So.
And I actually kind of looked a little more into it. I guess it's like the grandfather passed and he left something for each of the brothers, but they have to do something before they get that inheritance.
Oh,
so
okay.
The first one, the fine print, he has to revive that like amusement park the grandpa had.
Okay.
The second brother, he had to get a wife and have a family.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And what was this one? He has to deal with the family lake house, but he and one of his childhood best friends owns it, and he wants to sell it, and she wants to keep it.
Oh, I see. It says to receive my inheritance, I was tasked with spending a summer at the family lake house before selling it. Okay.
Yeah. And so the second brother really got the shit out of that deal.
Yeah, Grandpa didn't like him
that's
very
like
much.
a harder thing to do. Like, you can fix something up or sell a house.
And I love that the beginning of every chapter has a little picture of
in the front This one happens to have like a little lake and
Yeah.
it's a canoe. It's very cute.
It's very
These
cute.
seem like books that would have.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
also
a playlist. Yep,
Is that
there
a
it
new
is.
thing? Is that a new thing with books?
I've noticed a lot of romance are coming with playlists, and I think
Back
that's
in
the
my
code
day.
you can scan.
Back in my day,
Back
we
in
didn't
my
have
day.
a playlist in our books.
I don't recognize a lot of these people.
Jason Mraz, Adele,
Oh, there's Keith Urban on here.
Taylor Swift. I don't know that song though.
Labyrinth. I don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
I don't
Sorry,
know meaning
T Swift
what it is.
fans.
I'm not very well versed.
But yeah, so I was very excited. Actually, Mel and I got the last 2 copies of this book.
We swiped them.
Because, like I said, it just
They're
came
gorgeous.
out a couple
This
days ago.
I think pretty significantly thicker than the other 2.
Oh, I don't know. I think mine are in boxes.
Probably. Or in a bag in your trunk.
Yeah, who knows? I've got my books scattered in 3 different rooms in my house, and then I have them in my car, and I have them in totes up in a loft.
Essentially storage.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
The only other book I got from that Powell's location is A Treacherous Curse by Deanna Rayburn. She wrote Kill of a Certain Age, too. This is a Veronica Speedwell mystery. This is number 3. There's like 8 or 9, though. But it just follows Veronica. This one is London 1888. And it's just mystery crimes.
You know what we should have done was we should have not shown. I mean, I guess we didn't really like look at what we were buying, but we should have not looked like at all, and then did this podcast and showed each other what we were.
Oh,
but
that would have been interesting.
But like I said, I don't really know what all you. Half the time, I'd come back to find you, and you'd have books in your hand. So
I wander.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw you grab some things, and I didn't really ask per se. It's not like I really remember either.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. All right. So the main
attraction.
My pile closer.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
The main attraction.
Well, I guess how many did you get?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
I think mine's 17. You started to count out loud and it really messed up.
I'm so sorry. I got 14.
Wow, I can't count. 18. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
How dare you? Okay. So we really went all out because some of these books we can't find in our local bookstores. It would not even a Barnes and Nobles sometimes. Not that there's one terribly close to us anyway.
Here's the thing, guys. We don't go up to Portland very often. 1, it's way too busy. 2, it's like an hour and a half from where we live.
Yeah. And
so
this is like my yearly trip done.
Exactly. So it's like go big or go home at this point.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of these books, some of them I was finishing series.
Yeah.
And so
or we've wanted for a really long time.
Yeah. Or they've been on our
We planned on going big.
Like I said, tomorrow we are going to 2 more indie bookstores. Then we are ending our craziness with Barnes & Noble because obviously Barnes & Noble has a good selection as well.
So whatever we missed,
yes, we'll probably go there. Yeah. Well,
all right. I guess I have more, so I can go first.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I already own. So
I might own. I don't remember. My TBR says that I don't own it. So I'm thinking that I don't.
think you do because every time because I have read this.
Maybe I'm thinking I do because you do.
Just because I talk about it. It's
The Couple
Next Door by Sherry LaPena.
We both bought that.
We each got one.
Yes.
She didn't have it. I bought it again because I have a thing where I like all my books to be the same edition.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the mass paperback size copy of this at home, while the rest are normal paperback size. So I needed that regular size to have it be visually pleasing. And as a normal size paperback, it's very small.
It's very thin. I
It's
feel like
a
I could
lot-
read that in a couple hours.
Let me look at the page count. Oh, it has a little snippet of a stranger in the house at the back.
Oh.
308.
It just seems very thin.
It seemed a lot. I mean, obviously, it was a lot thicker as a mass paperback, but yeah, it did not take very much.
I'm just looking at.
But I highly
Oh,
recommend A Couple Next Door. We love Sherry LaPena. We've done. Oh, you looked at the last page of a book.
I know. I just didn't like what it said. It said he came for me. I just didn't really appreciate
in what way?
it. Exactly. Okay.
Since I have a couple more, I'll just because I don't have much to say about this one either.
Okay.
I bought Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I think that's how you say his last name. I forget. It's just one of those classic books that I haven't actually read.
I'll have to give you. Sorry, guys, if I'm moving. I'm trying to.
She's
get
on like
comfortable in this.
a faux leather
weird chair.
seat. So if you heard a swish sound, that's what that was.
Yeah. I'll have to give you all my books to get the stickers off.
Oh, I love peeling the stickers off of books.
She does.
But there's a new book called My Dark Vanessa. So this is about.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, really?
I've never heard of Lolita.
So essentially, it's a pedophile.
Oh.
It's a teacher-student relationship, and it's about how he groomed her. So this is about it's written his perspective of it, and My Dark Vanessa seems to be like what her perspective would have been, and her finding out later in life the repercussions and how she was groomed. And so I want to read My Dark Vanessa
first.
Well, no, I want to read it, but it feels like in order to read that, I should read Lolita.
Yeah.
And it's one that I've been curious about just because it is one of those classics that I feel like I should have under my belt because I do enjoy classics.
I've never heard of that one.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I think there's a movie, too. Anyway.
Huh. Oh.
Your turn.
Okay, well,
I guess this will knock out a couple of ours.
Yeah, we usually buy the same books. So I bought. Well, we both did 1 and 2. The series in Haunting Adeline.
The cat and mouse.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline.
Which I was looking at both, and I was like, why are the covers different? It's just the same thing. No, one's hunting and one's haunting.
It's a rom-com. Or not rom-com.
It's not a rom.
It's a rom paranormal.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think it's kind of a dark.
And I didn't I don't know why I didn't. I guess I can just knock this out, too.
Okay.
This is the same author.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't notice that?
I don't know why I didn't
I had never heard of that book, but I noticed that it was the same author.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Okay, so...
You gotta explain that one, because I don't even know.
So, like we said, Haunting and Hunting Adeline, these are thick boys.
Thick. These were $30.
Yeah,
paperbacks.
They're $30 each.
Oh, Lord.
I did not know that.
We grabbed, when we go all out, which this is only the second time we've done all out books, we don't look at the price tag. We just treat ourselves because we wanted it. There were some times I grabbed a book and actually did, and I was like, no.
You would think we were rich. We're not.
No, my savings goes to moments like this.
Yeah,
these are heavy.
Hunting
books.
Adeline is 648 pages.
God.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what these are about per se.
Neither do I. I've been wanting them for so long.
I've heard so many good things about them.
Now I'm curious to see if there's a playlist in here. Oh, number 2, Hunting Adeline. The dedication is to my anxiety. You really tried me on this one, and I kicked your ass anyway.
Oh, wow.
Love that.
Well, then...
Oh, wow. There's an important note in the second one. It says, as some of you may know, the first book in this duet, Haunting Adeline, was banned due to the warnings, but it is so necessary to have these. These are also available on my website.
Oh, God, what did we do?
All the warnings. This book contains very dark, triggering situations, such as graphic rape. These scenes are detailed, so please proceed with caution. There's also graphic violence and gore, torture, sexual assault, kidnapping, psychological abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, explicit sexual situations, human trafficking, slave trade, grooming severe PTSD, and very particular kinks such as blood play, knife play, degradation, and somnophilia. This book is significantly darker than the first. Please take these warnings seriously. Your mental health matters.
Yeah, well, I'm reading the important note for the first one.
Oh, God.
What did we do? Okay, hold on a minute.
There is a playlist.
Oh, God. So, Haunting Adeline. None of these conspiracies derive from a belief in... God, these big words, Mel. I can't...
Let me pull it up.
It's anti-Semitism. That's
anti-Semitism.
Okay. Or QAnon. I don't know what QAnon is, gonna be honest. But from my own demented imagination, common conspiracies in the media, and many occult horror movies my dad used to watch growing up. The book ends on a cliffhanger. The contents are very dark, with triggering situations such as non-dub con between the main characters, graphic violence, human trafficking, stalking, child trafficking, child sacrifice, mentions of child death, and explicit sexual situations. There are also particular kinks such as gunplay, bondage, and degradation, and somnophilia, which I don't know what that is.
Somnophilia? Oh, all right, here we go.
Oh God. This book was previously taken down due to the warning, but you can also find them in reviews. Your mental health matters. What did we get?
I must have gotten a very different explanation of what this book is, because I knew it was dark romance.
Yeah, but I didn't know it had child sacrifice in it. God.
Somnophilia is a paraphilia in which an individual becomes sexually aroused by someone who is unconscious.
Okay. Well, I've heard fantastic things about these books, which now I laugh at myself.
I know. No one warned us.
Because we were getting on Twisted Love
for being
too much.
Woo!
And I think
here we are.
Okay.
Well, like I said in that review, I don't mind dark romance. We'll see how I like
child trafficking.
All right, here's the thing.
Okay, well, so we bought Haunting and Hunting Adeline. We're gonna figure that out. So
maybe we can do. It will take a sweet ass time, but maybe after we get through at least the majority of these books in particular, we can come back and review them. Yeah, or just say how we like them.
My TBR is over 200. You think I could read these?
That's why I said it would take our sweet ass time.
Okay, so the same author of that one, which I don't know why my brain didn't register that.
It looks like very different
So
intensities,
this book is Does It Hurt by the same author as Hunting and
Carlton.
H.D. Carlton. Sorry, it's H.D. Carlton. I have heard fantastic things about this book. This book I found on Book Talk a while ago, and I've heard nothing but good things about this. And so I've been wanting it. I have not been able to find it.
What's it about?
So, very good question. I mean, I guess I could read the back. Who am I? I've forgotten the answer to that question long ago. Ever since I ran from that house, so desperate to escape, I left with only the clothes on my back and socks on my feet. After that day, I've only ever walked in stolen shoes. Could I be a girl who is searching for the meaning of life in faceless men? They were all so forgettable until he came along. He took me under a waterfall and made me forget my name, and in return, I took his instead. Enzo Vital. And a man that will only ever love the deep sea, or rather the predators that inhabit it. Turns out he's not so different than the monsters he feeds. He lured me into his boat like a fish in the ocean, seeking vengeance for my crime. Had I realized his intentions, and that a massive storm would leave us shipwrecked, I would have ran. Now I'm a girl who's seeking refuge in a decrepit lighthouse with a man who loathes me almost as much as he craves me. He wants to hurt me, but the old caretaker of the abandoned island may have intentions far more sinister. It's no longer a question of who I am, but rather will I survive. I've just heard fantastic things about this book. This also does have a playlist.
Ooh, I guess it's just the thing now, I guess.
So the front page is like it's underwater.
Oh.
And then it's a shark. It says, to baby shark, step aside, daddy shark is here now.
Oh, God. In Haunting Adeline, the front page, or not the front page, but after the important notices, I got your tongue, little mouse.
Oh, God. This one also has an important note. Hold on a minute.
Oh, God.
This is a dark romance that contains very triggering situations. Who is H.D. Carlton, and do they need help? Oh, no. This one could get me. I didn't know that this one has suicide in it. Okay. Very triggering situations, just graphic violence and gore, graphic murder, graphic language, suicide ideation, mentions of suicide, depression and anxiety, PTSD, near-death situations, stranded in the middle of the ocean, dub non-con, mentions of incest and child abuse, mentions of rape and other forms of abuse, kidnapping, and explicit sexual situations for 18+. There are also particular kinks such as autosassinophilia, which is arousal by risk of being killed. Breath play, didn't know that was a thing.
Breath play.
Degradation and sadomasochism. I don't know. I don't know. I did not know that these were so dark. I've heard fantastic things about this book.
I know. I haven't heard like.
And I am just.
This is wild.
Okay.
I was not properly warned.
If you find me just rocking myself in a corner, you'll know I read one of these books. My God.
Okay.
Please go on a lighter note, because that was just a lot. I mean, you.
All right, I'm gonna go with the book called "I'm Thinking of Ending Things."
All right.
It's by Ian Reid. Again, I've heard really good things about this.
Clearly, I don't know what book talk we're on, but...
its tagline is, "You will be scared, but you won't know why."
Oh, God.
I'm ready.
Oh, God.
Ian Reid is a horror author. His most recent book is We Spread. I know I want this book, but it's been a while. I just know I want it. At this point, I forgot what it's about.
See, and that's what with that last one.
Yeah.
Like, I've been wanting it for so long that I forgot what...
I just forgot what it was about.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, is my favorite, because then when I go in to read it, I'm, like, extra surprised.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a synopsis on the back.
Well,
nope,
guess
there isn't.
It's going to be a mystery to everyone.
I'm very excited. It's a pretty small book, though.
That does look small.
Yeah. And I'll see if I like Ian Reid's writing, because I don't think I've actually read any of his books. I forgot what else he wrote. Nope, can't think of it off the top of my head, so there's that.
All right, my next
yes.
two Mel got me into, and it's just finishing a series. Mm-hmm. It's from the series Crazy Stupid Bromance
a
series.
bromance book club.
Yeah. So I finally got Isn't It Bromantic and A Very Merry Bromance. So I got the 4th and the 5th book in the series.
I have read the first 3.
I have not read any. See, this is my problem. I buy series. I have to buy the entire series, even though I have not read the first book yet, to make sure I like it.
Problem.
I just have to have the whole
really
series.
Like these. I don't know if the Christmas one is the final one. Like, I don't know if she plans on writing more, or that's it.
Honestly, I'll probably like this, 1, because you like them.
Love
2, because this one says that Tessa Bailey liked it, and I love Tessa Bailey.
These are by Liza K. Adams. I think these are her first books. Like, I think a Bromance Book Club is the first... her first novel.
Okay.
It's about men, prominent men, like they're athletes or they're really big business owners and political figures. I think there's some of them in there who are part of this book club, and all they read are romance books in the hopes to like become better husbands or boyfriends.
I love it.
And treat the women in their lives better. And what I like is in the first and third book, the books they're reading, you get little excerpts from them.
Oh.
So it has like a page of like
I like that.
Another romance book, a romance book and a romance book. And it's a different book per book in the series.
It's just like a random page with
black on the side. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, each one is about a different member, and it's usually about they're reading a different romance book because it's whatever problems they're having in their relationship, they'll choose a book for that member to help them. but it's not part of the series. It's like a side book. I don't know what those are called. But she ended up writing the romance book that's in the first book.
I like that.
And so it was like a Victorian
That's
something.
fantastic.
But yeah, I really love them.
Yeah, the very last one, the Christmas one, it says, thanks to Mika. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if that's not, but thanks for talking me out of that tattoo of mashed potatoes.
That's a good friend.
I love it. But yeah, I've heard really good things about it.
I really like them.
liked them.
I read them so fast. They're just a fun time, and they're funny.
Clearly, after reading those books, I'm gonna need something funny.
Oh, you're gonna need something lighthearted.
Yeah.
Speaking of lighthearted, my next book is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austin.
Speaking of lighthearted, gives me warm fuzzies.
Apparently, it's funny, kind of too. It says a brisk, hilariously poignant novel about the fragility and magic of being alive. I guess I don't read the back. Oh, her name is Gilda. Gilda can't stop thinking about death. Desperate for relief from her anxious mind, she responds to a flyer for free therapy at a local Catholic church, but Father Jeff assumes she's there for a job interview. Caught off guard and too embarrassed to correct him, I understand. Gilda is abruptly hired to replace the recently deceased receptionist Grace. It's not the most obvious job. She's a lesbian and an atheist for starters, and so in between trying to learn math and conducting an amateur investigation into Grace's death, Gilda must avoid revealing the truth of her own mortifying existence.
Wow.
Yeah, blends warmth, deadpan humor, and pitch-perfect observation about the human condition.
Interesting.
But yeah, again, obviously, we're going to keep saying we heard good things about it because that's obviously why we wanted to buy it.
Honestly, though, there's a series.
For most of them, I guess I should say.
there's
Sometimes
a series.
we're drawn in. Sometimes it's just a good
Sometimes
title.
they get me. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a cover.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, my next one is Scarred by Emily McIntyre. I own the first book and the third book, and I have been searching for the second book, and I finally found it. So I got that.
Oh, yeah.
These are dark romance, but they're spin-off of like Disney, kind of like villains. The first book, Hooked, is about like
it's a Peter Pan
retelling with Captain Hook and Wendy, I think. And I don't know what the other ones are.
Oh, I forgot. I need to look these up because it's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I don't remember what the other ones are. And the fourth book is coming out soon.
Ooh, since I'm on Goodreads, I can figure that out. The fourth one will be Twisted, February 7th.
3 days.
Soon.
Yeah.
Damn. Hold on. Scarred is.
I just don't remember. Like, it's easy, obviously, for Hooked because it says Hooked
it
talks about Captain Hook. It's easy to remember. I just don't remember what the other ones.
Lion King?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my god! It's a Mufasa love story.
Oh, that makes sense because it says Fasa. Wow. Okay.
Scarred.
Oh my god.
Wow, it's clicking.
Well, then what about Wretched?
Wretched? I'm trying to think of
Wretched
because someone calls. What do they call Wretched? Wizard of Oz.
Ooh, I do like Wizard of Oz.
Huh.
It's this random movie that I just really like.
Oh, now I need to know what Twisted's about because I thought it was all Disney.
So did I. Huh. I don't know.
Twisted has a diamond on it. Is it Aladdin?
It has a what on it?
A diamond on it.
Or maybe Frozen.
Like the diamond in a rough.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
God, what is with all these books and having playlists? That must be a new thing. I don't.
It is Aladdin.
Oh.
So it's Peter Pan, Lion King, Wizard of Oz, Aladdin.
Huh.
Wizard of Oz is kind of just thrown in there, but oh well. But yeah, another dark romance. Does it have a playlist too?
It does.
Do you have something in there?
It does have a playlist.
Fascinating.
It also says Scarred is a dark royal romance. It is a fractured fairy tale, not fantasy or a retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read, you will not find it in these pages. It is. I don't know what.
Oh, there's a map.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about maps and books, but it just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
The thing about the playlists is I know for a fact I'll never listen to it.
I just don't know what the point is.
don't
Whatever.
listen
Okay.
to music with lyrics.
Yeah, I
when
don't.
I'm reading.
That's just too much for me.
The next book I have is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. Her second book, is it The Last Housewife?
You're asking the wrong person.
I've been wanting this book for a very long time. 6 friends, 1 college reunion, 1 unsolved murder. The thing about this one is I wanted it a really long time, and I almost bought it for myself, but when I was walking around Target with my boyfriend looking at the book section, I feel panicked because I know he'd rather be doing basically anything else. So I was putting these back, and I set this down, but then I saw him take a picture of it, so I thought I was going to be getting it as a present. I didn't. So I'm gonna
be honest. He probably forgot.
I think he forgot. It's probably deep in his pictures. Because he takes a lot of random pictures.
Yeah, he
screenshots.
Forgot.
But yeah, it's 10 years after graduation. Jessica Miller has planned her triumphant return to the Southern Elite Duquesne University. Dance the envious whispers that are sure to follow in her wake. Everyone's going to see the girl she wants them to see. Confident, beautiful, indifferent. Not the girl she was when she left campus back when Heather Shelby's murder fractured everything, including the tight bond linking the 6 friends she's been closest to since freshman year. I heard this is really good. It's been on a lot of people's favorites lists of a year or 2 ago.
I've never heard of it.
I am excited.
I can tell. Oh, mine.
Should I? I don't know.
Oh.
I have a lot. Here, there's a couple I can just knock out of the way right now because they're part of a series. So I have Painting the Moon by Alexandria Bellefleur. The first one is Written in the Stars. Okay, this is the second one. Now I just need the third one. And I also have A Killer's Sunday by Abby Collette and Ice Cream Parlor Mystery. I now have the second and third one, so I just need the first one. Thrilled. Oh, wow. I'm peeling the sticker off, and it's definitely taking, the barcode.
You're doing great. So, I bought The Maker of Swans. I've never heard of it. I have absolutely no idea what it's about. But it's the same author of The House on Vesper Sands.
Tis.
So. God.
It's a really pretty cover.
It is, and it's an ARC copy, so...
See, this is what we were wondering, because technically you're not allowed to sell ARCs. But on the side, what does it say on the side?
It says on sale 6/7/22.
So I don't know how they're getting around that because you're not technically allowed. Maybe they just didn't notice. I don't know.
I got it for $7.95.
That's right.
It's a steal.
Because they do sell used books, so maybe they just they didn't really pay too much attention, or maybe there's something about it.
But this is basically like a murder mystery, set in England again, and it's basically about at night on an English estate, a butler recognizes a gunman being his employer, and who is the man lying dead on the lawn? Who is the woman in his company? Can he clean up his master's mess like he always has before? Or will this bring a new kind of reckoning? So I think it's just figuring out, there's a lot of secrets, and like I said, I've heard good things about...
I like secrets.
Jesus. I've heard good things about the Vesper Sands, and so when I saw this, I've never seen it before. And for only $7.95,
really
can't beat it.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's the same publisher still, Portland.
Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, and he lives in Ireland.
Oh, wild.
With his wife, 2 children, and can usually be found in the garden. Yeah, I'm found in my Disney Dreamlight garden.
So my next book, I've seen, but I don't think I've ever heard the synopsis from.
I think that just came out.
Oh.
Maybe? I don't know. I could be lying.
You could fool me. It's called Sorry Bro by Telling Voskuni. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I guess it's about an Armenian girl, so that's really cool. I don't think I've had...
I haven't.
I like getting diverse romance books, whether that's in sexual orientation or... This one looks like a sapphic romance too, but I mainly bought it because the Golden Gate Bridge is on it, and it's that simple. It's a very pretty cover. It's two girls picnicking in front of the Golden Gate Bridge.
January 2023 just came out.
That is it. I saw the cover. Granted, on a TikTok, so I didn't just see it in Powell's, but I knew if I didn't buy it, I would keep looking at it. So, it's Berkeley romance too. Berkeley gets me every time.
They really do.
Every time.
They really do.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. This next book, very excited about.
Ugh.
Kit McBride Gets a Wife.
I'm so
by
excited.
Amy Berry.
By Amy Berry.
And Amy Berry follows us on Instagram.
Yeah.
So hi, Amy Berry.
Hi, Amy.
I'm very excited to read this book.
Ugh.
If you want to send us your second one, we would love that.
I mean, we would absolutely love that.
Yeah, I can't believe that she follows us. It's wild.
So it's first in the McBride series.
Yes, so
read the synopsis.
The four McBride brothers have their world turned upside down when their precocious younger sister secretly places an advertisement for a mail-order bride. Kit McBride knows that Bucks Creek, Montana is no place to find a wife. Between him and his three brothers, plus little Junebug, they manage all right on their own. Thank you very much. But unbeknownst to Kit, his sister is sick to death of cleaning, cooking, and mending for her big brothers, so she places an ad in a matrimonial news to get Kit hitched. After Maddie Mooney immigrated from Ireland, she found employment with an eccentric but poor widow. When her mistress decides to answer an ad for a mail-order bride, Maddie is dragged along for the ride to Montana. But en route to the west, Maddie is suddenly abandoned and left to assume the widow's name, position, and matrimonial prospects. With no other recourse in the wilderness, Maddie must convince Kit that not only is she must convince Kit that not only is she who she says she is. That is a tongue twister. She's also the wife he never knew he needed. I am very excited to read this.
It's a cute little cowboy series. And look at the spine. It has them on the horse.
Amy, good job.
It's so cute. And this next one is coming out soon, I believe in July?
I'm not sure. And this is based in like late 1800s Montana. So like the Wild Wild West, and I'm very excited.
It's so
and obviously
cute
we're excited because she follows. I had no idea she followed us until you said something.
I think we could put it out there now. We're gonna make this one of our April picks.
Yeah, we want to give her some love, and
it's so cute. And the colors of the sky and stuff remind me of like Easter springy colors too.
Yeah, it looks like a really cute book. So I'm very excited.
I think it's Berkeley. Is it Berkeley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Berkeley.
I like Berkeley and I like Bloom.
I do like Bloom.
Bloom books. That's Tessa Bailey and stuff.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my next two: Arsenic and Adobo and Blackmail and Bibinka. It's a food cozy mystery, a Tita Rosie's Kitchen mystery. But the first one has a wiener dog.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, and the little wiener dog's right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so cute. Arsenic and Adobo is the first one. I already own it, but it's hardcover, so I have to get it in paperback. So there's that. And the second one, I forget what is. Oh, Homicide and
It starts with an H. I was gonna say it starts with an H.
Something like that. I forget. I already have. Oh, there we go. Homicide and Hollow Hollow. That's the second one. I already have the second one in paperback, so I just needed the first in paperback and then the third one. Because, again, I need them all to match. And there's something, I don't know. I prefer my romances and cozy mysteries as paperback, especially. I don't know what it is.
Wait, so you like your
cozy mysteries and romances.
But regular mysteries and suspense, you're fine with?
I don't mind it being hardcover for some reason.
Okay.
Don't make me explain myself.
I like all my books to be paperback if I can.
I would rather them paperback.
But some of the books, I've never seen them in paperback, so I kind of just have to say screw it.
Yeah.
And there's one book. Honestly, I feel like we probably would have gotten it if we had known how much Haunting and Hunting Adeline was. Because we looked at the back of that one and we were like, oh no. Yeah. That one is about a family that they're all killers. And it just looks so intriguing.
I forget. Everyone in this room has murdered
Everyone in
someone?
my family has killed someone
Has killed someone.
I don't know.
Something like that. It's new.
Yeah, it's brand new, but I've heard good things about it.
Good.
My next one is a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I'm trying to get all of her books because they're very good.
Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yeah. Even though I've only read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Ooh, maybe in April we should read Daisy Jones and the Six.
Maybe, because that's about to come out.
Since the TV show is going to come out.
So I got Forever Interrupted, and do I know what this is about?
Hold up, let me see, because I think I can explain it to you faster if this is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. She's reading real quick. I can see those eyes moving. Did you already read this one?
No.
Oh. If I remember correctly...
I don't remember this one.
Well. I mean, I guess I can read the back. It's not that big.
No.
Elsie Porter is an average 20-something, and yet what happens to her is anything but ordinary. On a rainy New Year's Day, she heads out to pick up pizza for one. She isn't expecting to see anyone else in the shop, much less the adorable and charming Ben Ross. Their chemistry is instant and electric. Ben cannot even wait 24 hours before asking to see her again. Within weeks, the two are head over heels in love. By May, they've eloped. Only 9 days later, Ben is out riding his bike when he is hit by a truck and killed on impact. Elsie hears the sirens outside her apartment, but by the time she gets downstairs, she is already being whisked off to the hospital. There she must face Susan, the mother-in-law she's never met and who doesn't even know Elsie exists. Interweaving Elsie and Ben's charmed romance with Elsie and Susan's healing process, Forever Interrupted will remind you that there's more than one way to find a happy ending. I am 110% going to cry in this book. There is no way I'm not going to.
I was thinking...
Because I'm going to get too attached to Ben and Elsie's love that I know he's going to die and I'm going to be broken.
Sad about it. I was thinking of... It must be One True Loves.
Oh, I own that one.
Do you know what that one's about?
No.
Do you want to know what that one's
I'm
about?
pretty sure that one's also really sad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about a woman and her husband, and they're in love, and you learn their love story. But he dies in a plane crash. I think he's part of the military or something.
Oh, God.
He passes. It's a few years later, and she meets a new guy, and they fall in love, and she's like amazed she found love again, and then they get engaged. And then her previously thought to be dead husband didn't actually die, and he'd been trying to find her all these years, and he comes back. And so she's stuck between her fiance and the husband she thought she lost. That's why it's called One True Loves.
I feel like I'd kick the new guy to the curb.
But you've already moved past the husband.
I know, but you get a second chance with him.
But now you're a different person. I don't know. That's rough.
I don't know.
What do you do? I would freak
God.
out. Just die.
Okay. Okay. That's a little excessive.
Fine. My next book
We would just run off together.
Honestly, that's what we're doing in our 40s.
That's true.
My next one is called Grave Reservations. I heard about this, I think from Books and Lala. I don't think you follow her.
I don't.
But it's by Sherry Priest. Psychic visions guaranteed. Accuracy not so much. It's a cozy mystery. Me, Leda Foley, devoted friend, struggling travel agent, and inconsistent psychic. I love that. Mm-hmm. When she impulsively rebooks Seattle PD Detective Grady Merritt's flight, she has no idea that her life is about to change in a way she could have never foretold. When his original plane blows up on the runway, Grady begins to suspect that Leda's special abilities could help him with a cold case he just can't crack. So it's basically a police officer trying to trust this girl who can't, accurately get visions.
Love it.
Love it. I think this is also a series.
That looks
very
familiar.
Unfortunate for me.
Yeah, it is.
I thought I finally made headway in my series. No, I did not. Oh, the next one's called Flight Risk.
I think I'm making leeway in mine. There's a couple that I still need, but they don't come out until later this year.
We have time to catch up. Oh, I'm just gonna say this one. It's Payback's a Witch because I bought the second one thinking I had the first one, so I had to buy this one because I actually didn't.
Well, 3 of mine next are series.
Oh, I'll just keep going. Oh, again, I bought Sinner by Sierra Simone. This is the second one.
Yeah, you bought 1 and 3.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble didn't have the second one, so I had to get it because I bought 1 and 3. But I also now need the novella called Midnight Mass.
See, I didn't even know that existed, so
yeah,
I need that as well.
These are dark romances. I mean, this was called Sinner, but the other two are
first
called
one's
Priest. So not accurate. And the third one's called Saint. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of books I'm getting into, but
apparently,
clearly, I'm scaring myself.
I actually don't know if these have anything in the front.
Oh, like trigger warnings?
Yeah,
maybe they probably should.
I know they have those. Oh no, nothing in the front.
So then you know that the HD Carlton's bad when it's got that trigger. I mean, the one was banned. I didn't even know that. Interesting.
No, nothing.
Okay.
And I'll just say this one too. This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. This is one I've had on my list for such a long time.
So, I'll say I watched you grab that and just throw it in there. Like, you didn't even read the back. You just threw it in there. I
have no recollection. I don't have the slightest idea what this is about. Not at all. I do not know. I just recognize the cover.
See, that's the thing. It's the covers that get us. That HD Carlton, the other one, I saw the cover and I was like, oh my god, I've been wanting this book. So I grabbed it. I didn't even remember what it was about. I also didn't even put 2 and 2 together that was the same author.
That's how you grabbed it so fast. You didn't even look at the author.
I know.
Yeah, I have no darkly funny horror novel. That sounds like something I would like.
That does sound right up your alley.
But there's a dog on the cover. But what I recognize, it's like an optical illusion-y type of thing on the cover.
It hurts my eyes just staring at that for
and that's all I remembered was the cover. No idea what it's about.
You're
good. You're good.
So, my next 3 are a series. I've never heard of this series before until I saw them. But what got me was they're witch books.
I love witches.
And I love witches. And it's Witch Please, Boss Witch, and Extra Witchy.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's by the author Anne Aguirre. I don't know.
Yeah. And like that. They're really pretty.
I've never heard of this author. And I bought the entire series. And I
bought the entire series. They're super cute looking.
They just look so cute. The first one, Danica Waterhouse, is a fully modern witch. After a messy breakup, Danica makes a pact with her cousin. They'll keep their hearts protected and have fun without involving the overly opinionated and meddlesome Waterhouse matriarch. Titus Winokur has family trouble of his own. After tragic loss, all he got is his sister. His bakery is Sugar Daddy's. Love it.
Ew.
That's honestly what got me. I saw that, I was like, clever. And a romantic curse that he's convinced has left him doomed to be alone. Until he meets Danica. The sparks are instant, their attraction irresistible. For him, she's the one. To her, he's forbidden fruit. Can a modern witch find love with an old-fashioned mundane who refuses to settle for anything less than forever? And I think...
Is it about the same girl, or is it...
This is about Clementine Waterhouse, which I'm going to assume is the cousin of Danica that talks about in the first one. And then the third one, I don't know how that...
You must meet them in the second book.
Because it says after 2 failed marriages, Leanne Vanderpool is here for a good time, not for a long time.
In the second.
Must be. So it's about witches, which honestly I'm here for. So
I love witches. I was looking at those, but I had grabbed so many already.
You did.
So I'm living vicariously through you.
You'll probably.
So cute.
I was gonna say you'll probably find them tomorrow and just be like, I guess I'll just get them.
Damn it! Just grab them. I really shouldn't, as I'm putting them in my basket.
But they just look really cute.
Yeah. I have essentially an entire shelf on one of my bookshelves dedicated to witch books. I have that many.
Does this have a playlist?
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I have Her Body and Other Parties. It's an anthology. I don't know if they're all written by Carmen Maria Machado or if she's just the one who puts. Oh, maybe they are.
Oh, I don't know.
But there's essentially all about women and the violence and the unfairness of them not being able to control their own bodies, apparently, you know?
Society we live in.
So, screw the man.
Okay.
But yeah, I heard these are really good. I like anthologies. I'm trying to get more into anthologies because I can start one, and since they're all short stories, I can just read one a day and, go about my day.
I've noticed on Goodreads that you've gotten into them.
I've had some anthologies. I have horror ones.
Yeah, that last one, you gave it 2 stars. You were not feeling that one.
Oh my god. Those... Ugh.
Yeah.
It was like real life horror, which I don't find real life that scary. Give me a monster. Give me a demon.
Yeah.
I don't care about no car accident. It doesn't scare me.
I mean, car accidents aren't fun.
No. No. That's what I got. What do you got?
Well, I've got the third of a series. I don't know what the series is called.
I'm probably going to end up buying that tomorrow. I'm not going to lie.
It's Hades and...
Megara, I think.
I think so. A Touch of Darkness is the first one. And it goes A Touch of Darkness, A Touch of Ruin, A Touch of Malice, and then the fourth one is coming out, I want to say in September of this year. And it's just basically about Hades and
Persephone.
That's right, Persephone.
You said Hades, I immediately thought of Hercules, Disney Hercules. Yeah, that's why. But
Persephone. It's Persephone and Hades.
A Touch of Chaos, September 26th of this year.
Yeah, so it's basically about I think it's all of them. It's just about Hades and Persephone. So
and Scarlet St. Clair, or maybe I'll end up buying these. The Game of Fate. Because I really wanted those. I'll probably go for that one.
I've heard really good things.
It's a Hades saga too.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about the series.
Oh, it's those, but in Hades' point of view. So I guess those are told in Persephone's point of view.
Oh.
Because if those are, it's the same story, but one's in the girl's perspective, the other's in the guy's perspective.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, I'll buy the other one, and then we'll just switch.
Okay. Yeah, so this is about
yeah, the third one's not out yet.
In Greece, and then when the Olympians intervene, and it's just
Yeah.
Like Zeus, and I don't know. I've heard good things about it, so I'm.
But you really got some dark romance going on.
I don't know what is happening. I'm usually a very... Well, here's the thing. I go in waves. If I'm not... if I'm single, I can't read romance because it just makes me sad. So then I go into mystery and suspense.
Yeah.
But then now that I'm taken, I got back into romance. Clearly a little bit darker than I anticipated, but I do like the romance. So I just go in waves.
Yeah. My last one is A Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. I bought this. I don't know what it's about, but I really like this author, T. Kingfisher.
I like the
there's a new
front
book.
of it.
I know, it's just an ominous tree, but you see the roots, and it's floating over water. Let me see. We'll go through this together. Newly divorced and living back at home in rural North Carolina, Kara is helping out her ailing, eccentric Uncle Earl.
Love
at
it
his
already.
house, which doubles as a tourist hotspot, the Glory to God Museum of Natural Wonders, Curiosities, and Taxidermy. While Kara is closing up one night, she discovers a mysterious hole in the drywall along one of the museum's overstuffed hallways of oddities. An opening that possibly leads Kara and her new friend Simon to a sprawling area that simply can't be part of North Carolina's plane of existence. As they explore the apparently limitless depths of the bizarre and frightening new world, a hub containing portals to alternative realities and bear witness to its cryptic warnings. Ooh.
Huh. Interesting.
She's a horror novel writer. A lot of good books. She has a new one coming out. I forget what that one's called. I most recently read What Moves the Dead. That was a short one, which I really enjoyed. You'll probably find it weird.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sometimes horror books are just like too much for me.
Which is, I'm so excited for a certain book in March. There's a horror book in March, which, not gonna lie, it's kind of throwing you in the deeper end of horror. There.
I know, she's really making me get out of my comfort zone.
I'm excited.
That one, I'm gonna come on air and I'm just gonna be silent the entire time.
You're just traumatized. We'll be recording from Ashley's therapy session.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, that was all of our new books for today.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. There's still, I've got a list of books that I still want.
Yeah, we'll never have all the books we want.
No, but because there's series and stuff. But I feel like some of the books that I want, I feel like I'm gonna have to maybe order them through Amazon. Yeah. Like they're just too small of books.
Yeah, or just indie published.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out. Also, other books, I have to wait until they come on paperback because they are out now. Kind of like the second book to is it
The Night Pass?
Yeah, that one's out, but it's only hardcover, and I need it to be in paperback. I feel like there's a couple other books.
Yeah, there are. I can't think of it.
The Finley Donovan.
That's
that
right.
One's
the third
just came out,
hardcover.
But that one's only in hardcover. I have the second two in paperback, which I really need to read those.
I know.
I'm so excited. Yeah, there's a couple books I'm still waiting. And then there's other books that I've been wanting. I mean, there's like the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, but that's 4 books in that series, and it's always hard to find all of them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's why we own like books 2 and 3.
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yeah, because when you see them, you might as well just buy them.
Yeah, and then you don't know when you'll see it again.
Exactly, and that's why with Hunting and Haunting Adeline,
we went for it.
We just went for it. I've never seen that.
I'm unsure.
Yeah, well, I'm a little scared. Probably won't read those too late at night.
Once we should pick out books we're scared to read them, and then we can come talk about it. Scared for any reason.
Okay.
We're just scared.
Well, and I talked about in March, we wanted to do a 24-hour readathon.
Yeah.
So,
that would be funny if maybe like every 8 hours or something, we record a bit. Ooh. Just give updates throughout, you know?
Okay.
Maybe every 6 hours. We'll see how much we have to talk about, but how we're doing.
Yeah, and then put them all together for like
feeling.
For like a bonus episode or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
That'd be fun.
We're thinking about we've tried to do the 24-hour readathon before.
We started wrong.
Yeah, so what we did was we slept in really late.
Yeah. But that was still only like 10.
Yeah. And then we read until
we started at like 7 or 8 or something.
At night. Which was
wrong.
very
So we had already been up for a while.
Yeah. And then our body obviously was already tired. Because it's nighttime. Mm-hmm. And so we made it to like 2 a.m., 2 or 3. No, longer than that.
I think it was like 3 or 4.
No, I think it was daylight. It was starting to get daylight.
Oh shit, was it like 6?
I think it might have been like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And it was starting to get daylight.
And we couldn't.
Literally the words on the paper were starting to get fuzzy. Like I physically could not read anymore.
My eyelids got heavier and heavier, and I just had to read the same sentence like 5 times.
It got really bad. So I think next time we're gonna have to start like at 6 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
Do like 6 to 6. Because if we do 6 a.m., then we've got all day.
All day. And we'll
reach the point of tiredness where we're so tired we're like awake and delirious.
Maybe we'll just chug 5-hour energy drinks constantly.
We'll just have energy drinks. But yeah, we'll get snacks.
Yeah.
We can do updates.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun. Like, we can start the update with, like, what we chose to read.
Yeah.
What our goals are.
Mm-hmm.
And see how the day progresses.
Yeah, we'll see where we get to.
See.
But yeah, that was today. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, hearing our book problem.
Yeah, I mean, this just kind of gave a spin on what we like to read. I mean,
yeah, you can see what we read outside of the podcast.
Well, also, if you ever want to know what is on our TBR list is at least for me, is every single book that I own.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to remember on what books I own. And so our Goodreads is on our Instagram.
We each have our own Goodreads account.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be linked in the bio of our Instagram. You can go on our link tree. It'll be there. Mine are separated, so I have a shelf called TBR, and you can also see the books I've read, and you can go through.
Mm-hmm.
I write short little reviews sometimes.
I never do.
If I write a review, I usually remember the book. That did not happen for one of the books. The Life We Buried, still don't know. But I remember the book title now because I have no recollection of reading it.
But I mean, you'll also get to see like what books we're currently reading and where we're at. We definitely keep track and update our Goodreads on like what pages we're on in certain books.
Yeah, you can get honest about like, hey, you haven't updated it in 3 days. What's wrong?
That's true. Honestly, sometimes I read and I don't update, and so then I'm actually
I like having the satisfaction of seeing the percentage bar grow.
Well, sometimes I think I'm gonna read a lot, and then I don't, and then I'm like, well, why do I only put like 10 pages into my Goodreads?
That's true. That wasn't worth it.
Yeah, there's no point in it. So then I just wait. But yes.
So you'll see a whole. Like, you're gonna, if you go on our Goodreads, and be like, Ashley added this book. Ashley added this book. Ashley added this book. We actually have to go through and add all of these books.
We have to add all of them because I'm never gonna remember over 200 books in my head that I own.
And I've just looked at too many books. Like, I thought I owned Payback's a Witch. I did not.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, so follow us on Instagram, Baby Got Sex Podcast, and you can find our Goodreads on there. TikTok. Yep. Someday we'll post something.
Someday.
We'll see.
Maybe we can figure something out with all these books.
Maybe.
We'll figure something out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But
thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
It's been over an hour.
Thanks for listening to us ramble.
And talk about books we know nothing about but wanted.
And are scared to read now.
And are terrified. Book buying is a hobby of its own.
It really is. You just never know what you're going to get.
I'll be 53 by the time I read some of these books, so.
I'm going to have to retire just so I can read my books. Please give us money so we can make a bookstore.
The amount of times you ask for money.
I've done it twice.
We're gonna get mail of like coins.
Could you imagine? No, if we owned a book, honestly, we could just have a bookstore of our own books at this point.
Start a library. I don't trust nobody with my books.
No, I would smack people's hands. Don't look at my books.
It's honestly terrifying that Taylor hangs out where my books are. They're not in like direct. He can't reach them.
He would never go near them.
He puts his tools on my shelves.
It's so upsetting.
It bothers me so much. So whenever I see it, I just move it, put it somewhere else. Usually in his way. I'm petty like that,
I'd put it under the bed.
Consistently put it away.
I'd hide him.
Well, he'll lose them eventually.
That's true. That's true. Okay, now we're rambling.
Okay, now we're gone.
We're rambling. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.